You're truly taking a bath, substituting for a massage therapy session, and immersed in this bath with hot water. Had a great weekend, Sabbath. I'm about to close the Sabbath of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Kingdom with this bath here, and I'm grateful, thankful that I'm got this bathtub and hot water. Thanks to the boiler, and the boiler was built with brains and muscle, and of course, brains and muscle has been, is, and will be required for us to build and maintain and upgrade civilization. Hey, gonna rock and roll it in this bath. Well, I'll take a bath for the farmers. For the butchers and the bakers and the nurses and the bus drivers. Hey, for the workers of this Quebec, La Belle Province, and this Canada and this North America. What is it? My apologies when my stomach's about to explode. Oh. I need to go, sorry. You need to go. No problem. Hold on, I'll put the close the blinds. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, it's my stomach, so I apologize for the smell.
Yes, it's fine. The fan is on. Oh, did I pause the video?
Hey! Dude! Pause your video.
I'm not sure. I think I did. I could double check.
Come on, hurry up. My stomach's about to explode.
I gotta pause it. But it's not live. And we continue. That was my anonymous sister friend. Sister. If I make a me, I'm gonna give her half. If I make a B, I'm gonna give her half. A tree, I'm gonna give her half. 50-50. And I was singing for the farmers. I was singing for the butchers. I was singing for the bakers. I was singing rock and roll for the artists. I was singing for the lovers. I was singing for the truckers. I am singing for the truckers. Truckers of North America. For the Union Teamster Global Dragon Rocket for you. Let me see that red up. For that red love. For that red scarf. Hey, in the wind with a blowing on the steel toes. For the construction workers on the road. Hey, for the highways of this North America. Right from this north in Canada. From this Quebec, La Belle Province, I'm a roll it. And an artist and an athlete with some philosophy, not perfect. I don't play politician with that self-righteousness. I got some issues and some vices, but the children and the youth I don't want to see them love and bless for the greater good. Well, I want some bacon and some cheese and some wine and some cake. And some bake and some bake for the farmers. Here we rock and roll it, freestyle loving. Freestyle loving for the farmers, butchers, bakers, and the doctors, and the farmers in those steel-toes boots. And the construction workers and the bus drivers driving with the public transit, yeah. Kiss it for the lovers, kiss it for the youth. Kiss it, do some push-ups. Do some push-ups, that's the workout, training, exercising. That's my medicine and size it. That's the therapy, realize it. Hey, for the IT workers, yay. For the coding. And the plumbers and the plumbers and the plumbers. And the electricians with the butchers and the cooks and the nurses and the doctors. And the teachers and those daycare workers. Gotta put it up. Gotta say what that's what's up. When I say a poem on the block, gotta scream at what you got. If it's not about that loving, cause if it's loving gonna heal it. It ain't all about the money, and y'all know it. It ain't all about the the money and y'all know it. I said it ain't always about the money and y'all know it. What's that money, money, money to buy and sell it, buy and sell it, buy and sell it? Hey, my Scorpio brother Gates. Support that DRT for that debt refusion theory, for the creation of the UE. For that debt refusion theory, for the creation of the UE, I said for that DRT, for the creation of the UE. Hey, North Americans, unite you with me. Coast to coast, ocean to ocean. Hey, I got me some debt, that's that 10,000, hey. To the RBC, you know it, but I'm grateful, thank the farmers, ever since I almost died of that COVID. Back in early February, until about that mid-February was like death, pestilence, and disease. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. You don't know me rising, that phoenix. Hey, for that love song with a love tongue, with a shake it, give a discount to the farmers, strippers, yay. I said give a discount to the farmers, strippers, yays, and to the truckers, yay. Give a discount to the farmers, strippers, yay. For the transcript, what about this? For the loving, they're careless. Hey, I done been depressed and suicidal. Hey, I conquered depression. I've conquered depression. I've conquered depression. Encourage all to work out, train, exercise regularly. Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and shall continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. Lost more than 77 pounds, created my own workout training program system which requires no equipment. Created her back in 2019 in October, paradoxically, as an independent fitness captain, independent people's athlete, doing those push-ups for the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, workers, and of course the created it as a geopolitical analyst and theorist, a great, super, and excellent geopolitical analyst and theorist, which I am. While I admit that at some things I am mediocre, while I admit that at some things I am average, I admit that at some things I am so-so. I am great, super, and excellent at geopolitical analysis, some poetry, some rock and roll, perhaps not voice, but writing songs. Bless my sister who just sneezed. She deserves to be a millionaire. Best English ever heard from everybody. If somebody can live the sword of freedom, is my anonymous sister friend, General. Yours truly on this 8 p.m. in the EST about the Sabbath is about to end. The Sabbath of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom is ending now with the sunset. Begins Friday. I had good meals. Be blessed. I even have leftovers, a little bit of bacon and eggs and lettuce, romaine, and got some sweets. Got it on very reduced price, like reduced 300%. Went from 13.99, 300 grams, 300 grams, from like 13.40, 13.39, something like that, to like 2.99. So I'm like, wow, that's like really like 75% off. Is like even more, 80, 90% off, right? Something like that. So from 13.50 to 2.99, that's like $3. That's like 11, almost $11 off from the original price. Usually I can't afford that chocolate from Germany, but now with the reduction, I got some Easter eggs. So I'm gonna be grateful. Munching on that later tonight. Grateful for that. Thank you to the, of course, dock workers who load, unload the trucks, load the trucks, unload, and load the trucks with the goods, who load and unload rock and roll for you. And not perfect, far from it. This geopolitical analyst and theorist and philosopher, I firmly believe in the implementation of my trinity of theories: the CIT, citizen integration theory, the DRT, debt refusion theory for the creation of the UE, standing for the universal exchange unit, and the democratic fusion theory, the DFT. That trinity of theories to be implemented via the fourth dimension, and the fourth dimension is LOVE. Because if it's not about love, love is also action. It's not all about the money, money, money. Money is about buying, selling, trading, buying, selling, buying and selling, and trading, buying and selling. That's money is a unit of exchange, currency. It serves that purpose to buy and sell and buy goods or services, right? Goods or services fundamentally. In essence, that's what it is, and that's what the UE I'm calling for, the creation ASAP, is where we're going in the 21st century. I firmly believe in the trinity of my theories, my trinity of theories to be implemented at this point in time where we are with all the geopolitical events which are going on, transpiring in the world. And I'm not perfect. This Sabbath I didn't watch, clicked on, looked in any pornography, but sometimes I do watch porn out of movies, and Of course, I'm not perfect. Don't hide my vices or being part of the LGBTQ. This rainbow dragon, rainbow athlete, rainbow activist, rainbow artist, AAA artist, athlete, activist, plus other dimensions, geopolitical analyst and theorist, and am a universal spiritual teaching student who asks questions, does not know the answers. I do say the word goddess, goddess, goddess. GODDSS, 7 letter holy sacred word, just like the word freedom. And of course, I do utter it as a spiritual teaching student. My Pope is the Sun, my Pope is the Sun, my Pope is the Sun. I have questions, I have my philosophy, such as the body is a temple for pleasure and purpose, and how do we invest in the body? By working out, training, and exercising, have been and will continue to call for the mass financing across the North American civilizational collective for my brothers and sisters to work out, to train, and to exercise, since it has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. Working out, training, and exercising, there is, and calling on the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, the four major patriarchal sports league. I'm gonna say patriarchal due to, let's face it, there's not even one women's sports league which makes even close economically, financially, commercially, money wise, to what the aforementioned patriarchal sports leagues make in the million average, right? Average of salaries. NBA, National Basketball Association, is the highest average salary of all of them for 7.7 million average. So some make less, 653, some make more. So every 9, 10, 20, even 30 million a year. My brothers, please finance food security ASAP. I understand I want to get back to COVID real business real quick like you used to, but could have done a great leap forward, and together this North American Civilizational Collective, aka the Collective North American Civilization, for a public-private partnership, because fundamentally my call is for a public-private partnership, a PPP, as I am a universal revolutionary centrist. I'm not self-righteous, playing on clouds, floating on clouds of self-righteousness and whatever have you. I'm universal revolutionary centers, which lust, and I've set a discipline that I'm only gonna watch pornography and adult movies during the Sabbath. Not this Sabbath. This Sabbath I masturbated, although I was more fantasy and creative imagination, and did not rely on the external factors of whatever you have out there on the internet, of which there are, of course, many. 7, 11, 333, 156, 93, whatever the number is, 718. You pick your choice of places and servers where they have the pornography, which was even from vintage from the 60s to the latest last week, whatever it is that pornography that was made. But anyways, of course, I'm not a dictator. I'm a pro-labor universal revolutionary centrist for world peace. I could kiss, and that's what I'm laying the foundations of my dream, which manifests as the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom first and foremost, with 718 trillions of kisses. 718 trillions of kisses first and foremost. I'm laying the foundations of the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom with 718 trillions of kisses. Pledge your allegiance, allies and armies, to our de facto family. My allies and armies, pledge your allegiance, legions to our de facto family. My allies and armies are my de facto family. Pledge your allegiance, legions, kisses got by the trillions. Credited from the forgotten goddess who sent one kiss to her sister who dances with a bird of sun. And that one kiss converted, transformed into those trillions of kisses by which I'm laying the foundations from Montreal, Alberta, Province, Canada, North America, in Montreal metropolis, aka Hawk Island. I'm laying the foundations with those kisses and some brain and some muscle and some rock and roll, rap and art and philosophy and my trinity of theories, which I do believe where we are at this point in time, it's needed to be implemented ASAP across the North American Civilizational Collective, because first and foremost, I am, of course, a North American, a Canadian, Quebecer, born in many past lives, many incarnations in a past life, serving the U.S. Army 156 years ago, 718 miles south of Hawk Island, Montreal, served in the U.S. Army as I'm here in Montreal, Hawk Island as a North American, although I'm also paradoxically a world peace advocate, world peace, world peace. I do admit that I do have aggression within myself. I channel and sublimate. Two key words of my philosophy is to channel and sublimate, not to repress whether lust, sexual impulses, whatever it is in terms of sexuality, right, in terms of aggression, but to channel and sublimate into art. One of the mottos of the Dragon Army is we channel the aggression with push-ups and hugs. We channel the aggression with push-ups and hugs. I said we channel the aggression with push-ups and hugs. That's how we channel the aggression, with push-ups and with hugs. One of the motto is such as the motto, my motto as a philosopher, that the body is a temple for pleasure and purpose, and how do we invest in it? By working out, by training, and by exercising. And right now, I wish I could afford a massage therapy session, and although I cannot afford a massage therapy session at the moment, I am grateful, thankful that I can immerse in this bath. So although I cannot afford a massage therapy session, I am grateful, thankful that I can immerse in this bathtub and take a bath and recreate, rejuvenate, and substitute for that massage therapy session, which at the moment cannot afford, and many cannot afford either. But one of the services, because the Dragan Army, aka officially the North American Citizen Integrated Defense, only solely defense, coast to coast defense, security and service, an emergency response force that I'm advocating the creation of, mainly and for those purposes for the 21st century, a public-private partnership only for defense of North American civilizational complex, aka the North American civilizational collective civilization of North America, of which we are and have been forming since the Second World War in North American collective civilization. And of course for defense, emergency response, and the creation of the Universal Exchange Unit by my theory called the debt refusion theory is what's needed to be, and a public-private partnership for those public-private partnership institutions of the 21st century, public-private partnership, mutually collaborative, cooperative, and covenant institutions of the North American Integrated Dance League, aka the Dancing Goddess Army, to be for pleasure and purpose, for environmental purpose for the environment, environmental education and action, because it requires action and education, education and action to know what goes in the recycling, in the garbage, in the compost, and therefore by knowledge and wisdom and understanding to take action for the environment. Grateful, thankful to the workers of Hydro-Quebec. Here I'm utilizing this clean, zero pollution, zero emission energy. Thank you those brains and muscle which build 63 dams across this province of liable province for me to have clean, zero pollution energy to do this video. And all of us, I'm blessing Hydro-Quebec with big hugs, big applauses, big cheers to build 7 more dams in the next 7 years, to build 7 more dams in the next 7 years, to build 7 more dams in the next 7 years. Now we give to 5, 6 states, maybe go all the way to the Manhattan Island. Electricity from Hydro-Quebec were built more than 63 dams from 1944 to now. Brains and muscle has required in the building of those dams, and civilization has required and will require brains and muscle and maintenance. And I'm not perfect, far from it. I've been depressed and suicidal. I've healed during COVID, and nothing that I want to go back to. Pre-COVID, I died during COVID, being reborn right here on this island, Montreal, Hawk Island, HAWK. Adrian Hanna Dragan. Keep my name out of your mouth if it's not for a blessing. Adrian Hanna Dragan, please keep my name out of your mouth if it's not for a blessing. Please keep my name out of your mouth if it's not for your blessing. Thank you for your understanding. I've been depressed, suicidal. I'm not perfect, far from it. Universal spiritual teaching student, I say goddess, from which I am credited trillions. A trillion is 1,000 billion, a billion is 1,000 million. So the kisses I got for my allies and armies with dancing, some brains and muscle with that. And I've presented my thesis to the people of North America, to my fellow North Americans, at the beginning of 2023, entitled The Privilege of Civilization, of which we all have privilege of civilization. And this privilege of civilization is the maintenance and the building thereof with brains and muscle. My thesis is the people's doctor, the people's athlete. My main message is with consent and hygiene, give yourselves a big hug like you never hugged before with consent and hygiene. Give yourselves a hug like you never hugged before with consent and hygiene. Give yourselves a hug like you never hugged before is the main message. And workout, train, exercise, and bodies a temple for pleasure and purpose, and with consent, mutual understanding, hygiene, by the Dragan Army public-private partnership that I'm calling the creation across the North American civilizational complex to be for service and security. I speak the languages of North America, French, I'm a Quebecer, sing in French, rock and roll in French poetry. I'm a Quebecer, Canadian, North American. I learned some Spanish because I love Spanish. My neighbors are Quebecers, Mexicans, and of course, black neighbors all around this neighborhood in NDG Cadineige where I live. To my left is French Quebecers, of which I'm myself French Quebecer, Canadian, North American, and to my right I have my black brothers and sisters, and above me I have my Mexican brothers and sisters. So we have a North American right here, and just on my street we have North America in terms of represented in many ways. Right on my street, I'm not gonna say names where I live in Montreal, Hawk Island. You can meet me on Mount Royal, and if I fight my own battles, Dragon Rainbow Dragon fights his own battles, so I can put on boxing gloves. But first Donald Trump, and then heard Tyson Fury was the best, so I'm gonna train exercise to fight Tyson Fury in a boxing match ASAP. To 333 million to give 156 to my anonymous sister and pay my debts, $10,000 to the LBC, 400 to a cell phone, and that's about it. That's about it. That's about it. And then I can finance the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, because money fundamentally is for us to do, for us to enable us to do for ourselves, for others, and enables others to do what we love, for the maintenance and upgrading of civilization, and of course for pleasure and purpose. Because of course I'm calling basically for the establishment of the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom's public-private partnership and the fundamental creations of the two complementary covenant and cooperative institutions, the North American Integrated Dance League, the Dancing Goddess Army, and the North American Citizen Integrated defense, security and service force and emergency response, and of course the Dragon Army to be for service, such as offering a massage maybe to truckers and farmers who needed way more than me. I admitted the massages. Please finance millionaires, the farmers of North America. Dragon skulls on the Wall Street. Finance the farmers and the truckers and massage therapy session weekly, man. They needed more than me. They needed more than me. They needed more than me. I'm grateful, thankful that I can substitute it for this. So to be of service, massages, cooking, cleaning, all services with consent and hygiene. Dragon Army, all services with consent and hygiene. In a brotherly, sisterly, brotherly fashion, a familiar way. Across the collective North American civilization, my allies and armies are my de facto family. I'm calling for the DRT debt refusion to in order to create what I call the UE across North America, and of course beyond NORAD, North American complex, and NORAD even beyond African brothers and sisters and Central American and Latin American all allies, but first and foremost across the North American civilizational complex, the DRT debt refusion theory, taking all private and public debt, refusing it in order to create the UE. That's what I'm calling a astrological build, brother Scorpio, brother Bill Gates, Scorpio, brother Bill Gates, and all big tech and financial institutions, Bank of Canada, the Federal Reserve, Janet Yellen, and all Black Hawk of Mr. Fink of BlackRock and Wall Street, and all the other big international financial companies of North American finance, institutions of finance, and corporations, of course, to support the implementation of my DRT debt refusion theory via create the UE. So taking all private and public debt, my private debt as a private citizen is $10,000 to the RBC, and since the United States dollar is still the currency of choice for international finance, global trade, and world commerce, create what I call the UE. So refuse the debt, all debt, converted, first conversion of all the debt of Canadians, institutions, all Canada's public and private debt, all of it, converting it into US dollar, Mexican peso, the Mexican peso, the peso of Mexico. Convert all the debt of Mexico, public and private, and Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic, and Bahamas, and Jamaica, the islands which include of North American civilizational complex, paradox of Cuba. I've discussed it in the past, well in the future, that Cuba is included in North America in a paradoxical way, and I believe my propositions to turn that complex into a North American tourism, industrial tourism zone. It would be based on my policies in the coming 7 years, to based it on the tourism complex or tourism. So create what I call the UE Universal Exchange Unit, the UE Universal Exchange Unit, the UE Universal Exchange Unit by biometrics, preferably since the hand, the voice, and the eye are unique biometric identifiers. Create what I call the Universal Exchange Unit. So I'm calling on the private-public partnership to create the UE by the DRT to be a new currency, but of course a standardization of all prices, of all goods, and the initial money supply of this the North American Integrated Central Bank and Global Central Bank, International Central Bank, World Central Bank, if you will, to issue the Universal Exchange Unit, because that's what money is, an exchange unit to buy or sell, buy or sell, buy or sell, the Universal Exchange Unit. So Universal Exchange Unit, the UE Universal Exchange Unit, preferably by biometrics, okay, said to buy or sell trade and for the rebirth of the North American civilizational collective complex, and of course to establish world peace thereof. Yours truly calling for the UDRT. The initial money supply will be all the debt, public and private, of North America and beyond, NATO member Israel, Africa, United States, whoever in the alliance, for the creation of the UE, of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, the Universal Exchange Unit, the UE, BIS, Bank of International Settlements from Switzerland, BIS, Bank of International Settlements from Switzerland, perhaps, so create the UE, Universal Exchange Unit. The initial money supply will be all the debt is going to be in the trillions, and then 10% of all loans, it could be maximum 10% as a principal on the interest, no more. It could be 9, 7.7, 0, 8.35, 5.38, 4.19, 7.18, 3.33, 1.56, 0.93. yeah. Jewish. Give 10% to charity if you make a million. Give 10% to charity if you make a million. Give 10% charity if you make a million. That's wait. Not today. I remember. You know. Fucking disconnect. Disconnected.
Look at us. Look at us. Here. Up. Fucking naked. Up. Okay. That's a long time. It's really slow.
Been duped. I know.